Well, good morning, everyone. This is Jennifer Sanchez. We are live. You are watching the Wise Morning Coffee Chat Show. We're super excited. I gotta get this coffee to kick in any moment because still feeling a little tired. So, who am I? I'm the founder of the Women's Institute of Self Development and Efficacy, WISE for short. And this is a show where we're all about inspiration, conversation, and motivation. And we are excited because we are T minus 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks away from our conference. I want to say we're about 10 days away. So that's who I am. Mary, can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Sure, my name is Mary. I am one of the WISE coaches in the community. I am a mom of two, a wife, and a health and fitness coach. So, all around coaching.
Nice. Always inspiring. I just noticed that you're wearing red. That's cute. You're
Yes.
actually falling into the Valentine's Day theme of things, right?
hmm
I'm not. I'm wearing blue. But I have a cup that has a heart on it. Does that
Yay.
count? So we're here. Let us know if you're watching, where you're from. And then also let us know if you're doing anything interesting for Valentine's Day or you already did something interesting for Valentine's Day. Oh, we lost Mary. There she goes. Let's bring her back. Let's bring her back. Now you're back. You're
Yeah, I'm
back.
back. I don't know what happened.
Um, so, of course, let's go before we talk about anything today. Let's go into our coffee time conversation. This is the part of the show where we just talk about what we're drinking, right? The whole premise of the show is hey, you've met us, you want to get a cup of coffee with us, you want to get to know who we are, we want to get to know you. So, also for the viewers that are watching, share with us what you're drinking this morning because I definitely would like to hear it also. So, Mary, what are you drinking this morning?
So, I have my big ther- uh, thermosy cup of coffee. I bought the Walmart brand of the French vanilla because I like that flavor, but it's super strong. So my husband drinks the McDonald's brand. So I just combined the both of them, and it's an even flavor where nothing is too strong. And I
Really?
just
So,
added a little almond milk and some with my collagen, and it's a big
wow,
mixture.
that is. So you got a nice combination there. I didn't know you combined both, but that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
because I felt
Yeah.
like the flavor was strong for the French vanilla, and I'm like, I need to bring that down a bit. So I was like, let me try this.
Yeah. I think I'm doing hazelnut from Starbucks right now. So that's what I'm drinking is the hazelnut version of Starbucks because I don't even put anything in it. So just the fact it has a little bit of hazelnut flavor, it gives it something. I just we just bought creamer actually. Like my daughter was like, "Can you please buy creamer, mom, for coffee?" Because she wants to drink coffee too, but she can't do the black and how I
Right,
usually.
right,
I'm like, fine, I'll get creamer. So I'm really trying to stay away from creamer.
right. From adding the sugar, yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that creamer that combines sugar and cream? Like the creamer has already sugar in it. Like it says,
hmm
it's a creamer, but says there's sugar already in it. Like you don't need to add sugar to your coffee. Have you seen that?
Well, technically they do have sugar
They
to
do,
sweeten
yeah.
it up, but yeah,
They're trying to market it as
um,
a way like, oh, don't buy yourself
it
sugar. Why
already
don't
has
you use
sugar.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually my husband, he never drank coffee before, and so he started adding creamer, but he never adds sugar. He just does the creamer. So it's sweet enough for him, he says.
That's good. That's good. So, yeah, I gotta drink coffee all day. Like I had a cup at night. I had a cup in the morning. We went to the run yesterday, and then I had a couple more coffees after that. And I was like, I need to slow down.
Why, you couldn't sleep?
I actually don't. I have no issue sleeping with coffee.
Mm.
Like I could knock out. So only once that happened to me where I drank coffee so late where I was like, oh, I can't go to sleep. But I don't know if it was something in my mind
Else,
also going
yeah.
on. mine was running.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's coffee time. So if you guys are watching, I see you guys. Write what you're drinking this morning. Share with us. So let's go into our conversation. So I think the biggest thing that a lot of people are talking about, and I woke up this morning and I could see everybody's stories, is the Super Bowl, right? Everyone's posting their Super Bowl, like what they did for Super Bowl. So I guess it's did people celebrate Valentine's Day with Super Bowl? I wonder if people mesh those two together.
I don't. I think Super Bowl is a guy's thing, unless you're like me who likes Super Bowls in football. There's all those memes that the women are like, oh, it's Super Bowl day. But I think women enjoy it for the food and the camaraderie that comes with the food, and your friends come over and you get to hang out with all your friends, and you can throw out your favorite recipes and just feed everybody. But yeah, for me, I like the football. And I actually kind of get annoyed if people are talking to me. Like, I'm trying to watch the game.
Oh, well, yeah, that
But
makes sense.
yeah.
No, I only, honestly, this year I only went for the commercials and then the halftime show, and then I turned it off. I was
Mm,
like, I don't feel like watching the rest of the football game. I only had a certain attention level span yesterday, so, but the show was, oh, it was good. I don't know what you
it
think
was
about.
good. I liked it a lot. I was actually told Eddie, I was like, I was blasting Eminem in the car today. So
Yeah,
the funny memes of where all the kids are going to find out who their parents really are when the halftime show comes on.
yeah,
That's
everybody
pretty
talks about
funny.
that. The beats, the
Yeah,
the the 90s, beats, the Tupac, Dr. Dre beats. That was nice to watch. I
yeah.
wish Mary J. I feel like didn't Mary J. Blige didn't do
She
enough. Like I feel
didn't.
like
I don't feel any of them did enough actually, but I mean, she was the only female, so it
yeah, like
probably seemed like the guys got more, but she was the only female.
yeah, I just wish she did a little bit more vocals. That's my
Mm,
opinion. And she looked great. Don't get me wrong. I just wish she was more vocal, or I like at the end when they finished it. I was just like, please sing, please throw like a vocal there, like something like
hmm.
you know. But it didn't happen. So I was like, oh man. But I know that everyone's talking about Eminem kneeling because he kneeled for that part of the show.
Yes, yes, I did see that. I don't
So
know. He kind of looked like he was shaking, so I don't know if like he was in a moment. Yeah, he was having a moment too. You can see like his shoulders were moving, but it could have been to the beat. It could have been to whatever he was going through. I don't know.
oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. I think I read somewhere that it was planned and the NFL knew that
Hmm.
he was gonna do that. They were
Hmm.
aware of it. So,
Yeah.
but everyone's like, oh my God, he kneeled with everything that happened with the whole kneeling in Kaepernick. So that's
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So let me know, Mary, what do you have? What are you promoting for this this Valentine's Day? Do you have any promotions that we should be aware of?
So Beachbody has really been investing in trying to meet customers where they're at, and a lot of us are staying home.
Mm,
So they have live classes now where you can do them in your house. Or if you want to be at the gym and do them, you can, because we do have the bike. We have bike classes. So if you're at the gym and you want to sign up for a class, you can ride along with them. And the cool thing is that it's interactive. So if you get on early enough, they have this whole wall of screens behind the trainers, and they can see you, and well, and everybody else who's taking the class can see you. So
really?
they can, in the moment, if they're like doing weights and they see you and they feel like you're not doing it right, they can call you out and be like, hey, do it this way. And they can also see you and be like, hey, keep going. And they inspire you as they're doing the workout. And they can see your names, they call you out by name.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know they did that. I think me for the gym, that's probably critical, right? Like for a trainer to physically be like, hey, you're doing that wrong, you're doing that set wrong, or knees together, or back straight, or, that
Mm-hmm.
is critical because you could injure yourself, right? So
Right.
that's pretty good that they're putting that involved. So I'm excited for that. $7, you said that was?
$7 per day, or you can just get the whole membership subscription to go with it.
So that's that regular Beachbody subscription, right?
Right. So yeah, you can have a subscription and just have it every day.
Nice, nice.
And they record them. So like if you have a favorite trainer and like you can't take their class at the time, you can just go back and watch the recording of it.
Nice, nice. Well, that's awesome to know. I think, especially now, I guess, what are people doing, right? And I know we were talking about we've made jokes about this, me and you, Mary. Like we don't do anything for Valentine's Day. Like Valentine's Day is really not. I mean, it's cute. I think for kids, right? Like
Right.
yesterday, I was helping Sophie, and she was like, "No, I don't want to do this, Mom." I was helping my 7-year-old make her Valentine's Day cards, to pass
Mm-hmm.
out in class. She was really opposed to doing this. She was like, "I don't want to give nobody cards." I was like, "Why?" This is like
Mm-hmm.
when I was a kid, that was like the highlight of, right? But
Mm-hmm.
they used to give candy though when I was a kid. Now you
Mm-hmm.
can't give candy in schools. I don't know. Does Hayden's class give candy?
They are only accepting pre-packaged items, so you can't have anything homemade.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, but they can pass out candy. It just can't be, it just has to be store bought. And like the other day, even for Hayden's birthday, I walked in and I was with some Dunkin' Donuts. And as soon as I walked into the office, they were like, "Are they individually wrapped?" I was like, "No." They're like, "We can't take them." Like they have
Oh,
to be individually wrapped. So I had to go a couple with individually wrapped Dunkin' Donuts. Luckily, Dunkin' Donuts said, "Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it for you if it's for a school."
yeah.
So,
And they probably are familiar with that process. You're probably not the first one that did that.
right. So,
That's good.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. Well, I definitely think that that's fun for kids, right? Putting things together, having them pass out little cards. But I think sometimes we as women don't even do that. Like, what are we doing for ourselves, right? Like,
Right.
and why do we wait on somebody to do something for us? I guess is the question, right? So, I mean, I don't know if anyone's doing anything, but I was looking up some articles on like some self-love activities for Valentine's Day, for just you doing something. And a lot of it was one was like meditation. Take some time to meditate today. Take some time to journal today. Like if you want to take your own bubble bath, go ahead and take your own bubble bath. So I kind of wanted to challenge the ladies that are watching or anyone that's watching the replay, like do something nice for yourself today, regardless, wherever you're at, in your life, wherever you're at, if you're in a relationship, not in a relationship, married, not married, do something for yourself today, even if it's 5 minutes, right? Because I think that, especially Monday, we don't ever do that, right? I don't know what you think
Right.
about that.
Yeah, no, it's funny because Eddie asked me, he's like, "So are we doing anything for Valentine's Day?" Because we don't normally, but I guess he figures I better ask before I get in trouble. And um, but I was like, I'm like, well, what did I tell him? I said, "Be your pinky, try to rule the world," and he just laughed because we don't ever do anything.
You said a
So,
Pinky and the Brain line. You
yeah,
said try to take over the world. Oh my God, that is
he
definitely
just laughed. He's like, "Okay." I'm like, Hayden has dance for 2 hours. But even my sister
that
was like, "Well, you have 2 hours. You can go to dinner." It's like, yeah, we could.
you could. So, but for those that are watching, you've been married for a long time. How long have you been married?
18 years.
Yeah.
and we've
So
been together 23, 4 years. Yeah.
yeah, so to being together that long is kind of like, right? But I mean, it's not. You could still do something, right? Anything.
Right. Right. And I'm not a big flowers person. So, like, ever since we started dating, I'm like, please don't buy me flowers because they just die and I won't take care of them. So,
Yeah, I still don't know. When I get flowers, and I don't know what other people do. Like, I take out the ones that start dying. I rechange the water. What else is there? Is there a craft?
I don't
Any?
think so. I think you just, yeah. I don't know. I barely keep plants alive.
Well, I can keep potted plants alive. I know that I can manage. Actually, I need to learn how to take care of what are they called? The there's in Spanish it's savila. How do you call them in English? I don't even remember what
Aloe.
they're called. Yeah, aloe vera plants. I kill those, and I think I overwater them because all of a sudden they get real big and squishy, and
Mm,
they look like they're filled with water, and I'm like, oh, maybe I overwater them. So I do kill aloe vera plants or cacti type plants.
mm-hmm,
I think I'm supposed to like water them once a month, and I'm still doing like once a week like my other plants, and then they're like,
mm.
you don't survive like that.
Actually,
So,
when we were gifted an aloe plant from Eddie's family that his mom had when he was growing up. So everybody got a piece of it. I knew I wasn't going to take care of it, so I gave it to my mom, and she had it for a long time. But I don't know, something happened to all her plants when she went away on vacation, and it
uh,
died. So I don't know. But yeah, we had an aloe plant too for like 2 seconds.
oh yeah, no, I could take care of other plants. I like plants, but I can't. I need to learn cacti. And we had someone from our running community actually recommend an app, and we were all into it. I don't think you, Elizabeth, she was on the show last 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
She recommended, I think it was called Blooms or Bloom or something. It's an
Mhm.
app
Mhm.
that you can take pictures of your plant, and they'll
But it's
tell you. Like,
a membership.
I think you have to pay for it,
Yeah,
but
you have to pay for it.
and this is not promo for the app, but it's just we're
Mm-mm.
just talking about the app,
Yeah.
right? Like, um, and I think it was like not even bad. The membership is like a 20 or 15 for the whole year, or something like that. I don't
Okay.
remember what she said, but I thought, okay, I did download it. I just didn't register it, but I was thinking of doing that just because if your plants are turning yellow or if they're looking kind of deadish, you take a picture of it and it tells you like what
How
to
to
do
bring it
if
back to life.
how to
Right.
bring it back to life. So I thought that's actually pretty cool. Um, it could help for sure, right? So anyways, let's go to our next topic and wrap this up. We have to remind everyone that Conference 2022 is coming, right? We are 2 weeks away, well, less than 2 weeks away from our conference, and we're super excited about it. It's going to be at the Radisson Blue in downtown. We're going to be, of course, there's still the mandate, so we got to follow COVID procedures and all that stuff, but if you're not vaccinated, make sure to get your medical or religious exemption letter ASAP. Reach out to a pastor or a priest or whoever, whatever religion you follow. If you want to go to the event, make sure you get a letter. If you're not vaccinated for whatever reason, no judgment. It's not my thing. It's a Chicago thing and a hotel thing because, from my understanding, that they're even auditing like establishments, right? Like the city of Chicago will audit businesses if they're selling food on the premise, they will get audited to make sure that they're taking vaccination cards or exemption letters. So, um, is that me? I just want to make sure that's me. So Conference 2022, it's on the 25th. We're going to have a nice lineup of seven speakers. I'm excited about the newest speaker that confirmed. Her name's Gina Diaz. She's an attorney. She is a cancer survivor, ovarian cancer survivor, and I was actually having a conversation with her over the weekend, and she mentioned how ovarian cancer is the silent killer. Did you know that?
Ovarian is because women like our get so focused on our daily lives that we let a lot of that area go. And
Mm,
I can, yeah, my sister had cervical cancer, and she had just had her PAP in November,
mhm,
and I think by March she had started seeing some changes in her body. And at first I thought she was pregnant because she had been married.
mm,
And so I'm like, oh, maybe she's just pregnant and she's miscarrying. But it happened consecutively for a long time. And she finally went. And by the time she went in, the doctor, it was the size of a quarter, the tumor.
wow. Oh wow. Oh
And she
wow.
had just had a scan. So within those few months, that's how fast it grew. But yeah, it's always a point of you have to listen to your body. And if there's something that you're feeling isn't right, you have to go in.
Yeah, absolutely. That should be the challenge for today. Go get your pap smears.
Your mammograms, your
Right.
colon scans. Did you see that meme where they're saying about if something about the Super Bowl halftime? It's time to get your colonoscopy.
Oh, no, I did not see that,
Yeah, it's out there.
but that sounds fun. I mean, I just had I did that procedure, so that sucked. But my stomach went. I felt like my stomach got flatter a little bit because
Because you cleaned it out.
TMI, too much info, but it's all right.
Right.
So yeah, so I think that was an exciting when I heard her story and she told me her testimony, and I was like, hey, you know what? Your story is that testimony is powerful. And the fact that she's an attorney and she's an investor and she's a successful entrepreneur, like I said, we need, and she's Latina, which to me it's like we need more of this Latina representation. We need more of this empowerment. And I go to a lot of networking events, and I've gone to a lot of networking events, and I know for a fact that my events are totally different than your typical events. And I'm not saying it because it's my event. I'm not like I, I'm, I've gone to events where I don't feel the same love, or I don't feel the same genuine appreciation for one another, right? And I've had women who are not really active in the community but visit or go to an event, and they'll be like, Jennifer, you have an amazing, this is not once, this has
Right.
been multiple times that
Right.
women visit and they come to me and they're like, Jennifer, you have an amazing group of women, you have an amazing community. And that to me speaks volumes of the type of women that we attract into this community. See, because if you're a avid or a really active networker and you're constantly at different events, and then you come to my event and then you're like, this feels totally different from a typical networking event, then you know something's different with the women that get together in my community. Um, because everyone is genuine. Everyone's really like, I'm big on no clicks. Like I feel clicky, you're getting a little clicky over here. I've had to get to the point where, unfortunately, we had to cut people off, right? Unfortunately, I personally have to end certain relationships because they were just not benefiting the ecosystem of the community, right? For myself and other members of the community, I've been in certain situations that are not pleasant, but right, but we have to make these decisions of who has access to this community, who's really genuine about being part of this community. Because then the moment that you have something, and that's why I think for me, and I don't know, Mary, since you've been around since I've started this, you've seen the transformation, you've seen the transitions, you've seen the changes that have been made. I'm sure you've seen the changes that I've been doing in the community as well. Like, I really want to provide a safe space for women. So I think that the fact that a lot of the women get vulnerable or are very encouraging and motivating, it welcomes other women. The women that really like that space will stay in that space, right? Um,
Right.
Not too many women can say I want to be vulnerable in a space, especially like, and not that we're asking you to like, hey, be vulnerable. Like that's not that's not what we're saying. But there is a true tribe, right? A true
Right.
genuine love for one another.
And we have the time and the place for those moments where we can be vulnerable. It's not like at the drop of a dime, we want you to shut a cheer now. So we do make space for that. And it's something that we all need because unfortunately, a lot of us don't have that kind of support at home. It's the, tough it out, stick it out.
Yeah.
Um, and it's hard. A lot of us are going through a lot right now.
Mm,
And like they say, check on your strong friends because those are the ones who probably need the most of shutting the tear or just having a we got you or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, and that's why I've been doing the master's program, and that's why I wanted to provide that service of counseling in addition to coaching, right? I'm big on life coaching. I love businesses. I love helping startups. Like I love entrepreneurship. Like if you know me, you know that that comes with me. That's part of the package. Like I talk about both because I'm so passionate about entrepreneurship, and I'm so passionate about my faith, and I'm so passionate about I can even think of just women in general thriving, right? Um, but I felt like we needed a safe space to support community, right? The constant ability to have that therapeutic space for women to vent because ultimately, if your personal life is out of whack, your business and your career is going to be out of whack, right? So that's why we
Right.
want that counseling, that supportive community, in addition to coaching. So um, I'm offering support groups on Friday nights and early Saturday mornings for those that want to gather together and kind of just, I need a space to vent. I need a space to unwind at the end of the week. I need a space to share what I'm struggling with. That is a safe zone. And I'm offering, there is a cost because support groups, usually are not free. Um,
Mm-mm.
but I am offering for women whoever wants to be part of a support group. And let's say you're kind of intimidated because support groups are scary. Usually people get like, you hear the word support group and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what this means. I'm offering a coupon code free one. So if you just want to come to the support group, check it out, feel it out, and see how it goes. On the checkout code, you use free one and you can, join, and it's all virtual, and there's some rules that we ask you to abide by when we start the session, but I definitely want to invite ladies out. Of course, in addition to conference, because conference is all about entrepreneurship. Conference is all about
Right.
business and making changes, but the support group's more about I need a vent and I'm struggling in this side of my life. So that's what I wanted to share with the viewers today. I don't know if you have any thoughts, Mary.
Yeah, no, I think that's very important. I have been to support groups for loss, and it is intimidating because you're like, they don't know what I'm going through. Their experience has nothing to do with what I'm going through. And then you sit there and they're like, you start to realize how it is sometimes parallel to what you are going through and how they are describing how they went through what how they're surviving or how they're coping, and it's mechanisms that you can use or something is suggested to them. Well, why don't you try this, or why don't you talk to this person and find this kind of support? And that's very important. Support groups are the key to how we get through things.
Absolutely. And if you don't have the support, this is where you go to get the support, right?
Hmm.
Uh, it's evolved to the support groups because I know before it was more of a workshop that kind of did like a education style support group years ago.
Hmm.
when I first started support groups, but now it's more of a gathering session, no workshop, just I'm facilitating conversation between women,
Right.
which is I think more powerful. I love it. I love it a lot. But do you have any final words, Harry, for our viewers?
I mean, I think today, if you are with a loved one or you're far away from a loved one, definitely find a way to reach out to them, especially if like they are alone. Make Valentine's Day about them, show them a little love, and join us for the conference because you may meet somebody there who could be possibly your collaborator, your business partner. Maybe it's something, a passion that you didn't think you had, and it's like, oh wow, maybe this is something I need to get into.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I am offering for those that are watching this show, V Day code for 15% off to the conference. So if you go and you register and you use the code V Day, you get 15% off your general admission ticket. So take advantage because during our conference we're gonna have, I got some surprises up my sleeve as always. So I'm excited for
You
something.
haven't shared these, Jen.
Surprise? No, I haven't shared the surprise. I don't think I am because it's something that I was like, wait, you want me to throw what in the conference, God? It's one of those situations that happened
Hmm.
to me a couple days ago, and so I'm kind of, I don't want to say it yet. I want to pray about it, and then I'll share what it is going to be about. But coupon code V Day for 15% off. Conference is on the 25th. You should be able to see the you could register at the bit.ly. It's bit dot ly/wise conference 2022. Make sure you register. Take your paid time off. Take your personal days, your sick days. Pretend like
Your
you're
mental days.
mental days. Take whatever day you gotta take off. And you know what? Honestly, if you're an entrepreneur, this is a tax write-off. Any
Hmm.
training event that I've ever gone to, I write the heck out of it off. I write my degrees off, my certifications off, anything that I get myself involved in, any type of training, any type of event, any type of conference. If I'm an entrepreneur and I got a side hustle, and if you don't have a side hustle, get yourself a side hustle so you can write stuff off because this event you can write off. So no excuses. Take the day off, write it off, attend, get empowered. Because I guarantee you, I've had women go to events and then down the road, months later, they're like, I don't know what your event did to me, but I've been on
Hmm.
catapult this I don't even know, maybe like a catapult or something that's been shifting them
A
towards this direction.
trajectory.
There you go, trajectory. You're a finance person, so that word makes sense. Why it came out of your mouth right now. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you watch this or watch the replay, feel free to engage and comment in the chat. And Mary, thank you for jumping on
No
and
problem.
being
Thank you.
our co-host today and engaging and being all Valentine's-y with us today.
I got to do something.
You're, you're gonna inspire me to put on a red sweater right
There
now.
you
So
go. There you go. I inspired you.
thank you, and thank you, everyone. You guys have an amazing rest of your week. God bless you.
All right. Bye.